Once again, happy Pappy's Day. I just seen a video with Gene Deal. Y'all know who Gene Deal is? He used to be Puffy Security. He been out here smoking Puffy for the past few years or whatever. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. You know what I mean? He been on internet, you know, just basically speaking against Puffy, Diddy. Well, recently, Mase and Cam'ron, there was a clip that went, I guess it went viral. It was spreading around of Cam and Mase on their platform, and they was talking about the fatal night when Biggie lost his life in California, right? And they was doing a whole lot of laughing, right? Now, it's not, they wasn't saying that it was, you know, they wasn't laughing at Biggie or nothing like that, but they was doing a lot of laughing in relation to the response from the bad boy side of the incident, the equation. You know what I mean? And, you know, it was something, I don't remember what prompted the conversation, but I know Mase was taking the stance that, why would I roll with them? They couldn't protect Biggie. Something like that. It was like they couldn't protect Biggie. Biggie was the golden goose. They couldn't protect him. Why would I, you know, something with them? I don't remember what it was verbatim. And, you know, they was, you know, they was doing a lot of laughing, right? And also it was like, he was talking about the events that happened that night. He was talking about how when it went down, nobody did nothing, this, that, and the third. Everybody ran. This one was talking about, you know, he wished he was home, so on and so forth. Respectfully, I'm not here to clown none of that. Like, I feel like the only person who got the right to clown that, you got to be a stone cold body bag producer. You understand what I'm saying? You got like on some real, because if you anybody normal, if you mid-level thug, if you gangster, anybody with a soul, when you in them situations, they scary. They is. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine you being in a situation and you being ambushed and you ain't straight, like somebody else got it, you ain't got it, and you at the mercy of, nah, that's scary. That's terrifying. I don't care who you is, right? But anyway, Gene Deal is offended by them laughing and joking, and I can understand him being offended, because overall the situation ain't funny. You understand what I'm saying? And if you ain't never been in if you ain't those dudes that I just described, those super psycho, you know what I'm saying, then who is you that you, what? Understand what I'm saying? And I agree with Gene when it comes to that, for the most part. For the most part, everything Gene was saying was right and exact. What I don't agree with was when he tried to, respectfully, when he tried to say, well, when he said, he didn't try to say anything. When he said that, he's like, he said that it was your duty as his label mate, as a New York MC, I believe he said that, as an artist from New York, Mase was somehow wrong for not telling Biggie that he was at a party and some dudes told him they wanted to kill him and Puff, right? But he told Puff and he told Gene. Y'all don't think he fulfilled his duty? I'm just saying, like, I've been on the road. You know what I'm saying? I've been in cities and on tours with artists, right? Most of the time when I was on tours, like, the tours was just boot camp click tours, right? So all of the people in my crew was on the same label, and we was all the same crew. You understand what I'm saying? We was all boot camp, right? It wasn't, like, I say that to say Mase and Biggie wasn't homies. As a matter of fact, when he said that, I said to my, you know, as I'm analyzing the situation, I'm like, ain't you the same nigga, respectfully, ain't you the same one that said Biggie didn't even like Mase, Mr. Deal? I'm just saying. Respectfully, if Biggie ain't like Mase, you think Mase don't know that? Ain't nobody stupid. You understand? We feel vibes. He might have sensed that. You understand what I'm saying? Brooklyn niggas and Harlem niggas, although we we always at least had something smart to say about each other. We don't always agree on certain things. And if you got to think, if you a grimy Biggie, right? Biggie coming from his grimy before the Versace and all of that, right? But even when he went from ashy to classy, right? He still got Brooklyn mentalities. Shiny suits wasn't like you don't like that shiny suit energy, so it makes sense. Like I literally, I just not, because I was like, didn't Gene Deal say that? And I went on YouTube and I typed in Gene Deal, Biggie didn't like Mase, and sure enough, it popped up. Gene Deal on how Biggie didn't like Mase and breaks down, etc., etc., etc. Oh, really? Right? That was 3 years ago. Right? So he said that. Like Biggie, it's a whole 25-minute interview on The Art of Dialogue right there. So why would Mase tell Biggie? Like, he probably couldn't even, Biggie probably wouldn't even answer his phone. Well, his two-way. Because that's what was, niggas had two ways and barely back then. Then there's another video from 11 months ago where Gene Deal goes off on Mase for asking him why he didn't. I'm assuming, well, not I'm assuming because I looked. Gene Deal goes off on Mase for asking him why he didn't shoot at Biggie's killer. So this ain't even new. This is from 11 months ago. I guess this is something that Gene Deal is triggered by, and I respect it. Like, Mase, if you not no shooter, don't be. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm security. You know how many people lives I done had, and I done protected, and this, that, and the third, and then what Gene said was, he was there to secure Puff, not Big necessarily. You know what I mean? He's like, he got to live with the fact that it was only one of him and not more of him, like 2 or 3 of him. He could have secured him. He could have secured Puff. He could have secured Big and probably some, whatever. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't agree with. I do agree with the fact it's like, yo, bro, if you ain't that, you ain't got the right to laugh at that. But this is the internet, though, and everybody gonna laugh at everything. It's content. You understand what I'm saying? Or this is, what he said. Gene said something that was real at the end of the video. He was like, the fake gonna seem real and the real gonna seem fake, or the right gonna seem wrong and the wrong gonna seem right. It was something like that, he said. But that's the way. That's what it is in the internet. You know what I mean? And technically, it's been building towards that for a long time, because that's what it is in the movies too. All your favorite cinematic endeavors, whoever you thought was the good guy was really the bad guy, and the bad guy was really the good guy. You just got to think about it. A lot of the times, the good guys was the police. Welcome to the nation, y'all. I'm your host, tour guide, Kang. I'm the president around here. President. A lot of the times, the good guy was the president. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor with you if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you got to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Trying to be a tax-paying citizen of the nation. Leave us a super thanks. Or Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App. What y'all do, y'all? Niggas don't listen. Cash App tag gonna be in the description, along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for all of y'all who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. Oh, I should have did this whole thing with these on. Anyway, all the mixtapes are there, from Nonviolent Rocco, the newest one, all the way back to Shell Shock. So go there and binge. When you're writing on the walls, use your spell checks, not your autocorrects. Autocorrects are how you put in helter skelter instead of helter skelter. It's an A and an H at the end of those words, no ERs. And while you at it, it's monster, not monster. It's an A at the end, no ERs. And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause, protesters. Get your ass up on out of here. The rest of y'all, welcome to the nation. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get four microphones. Rock on, rock on.